that implicate us such that we begin to live our life the way God wants us to live. And there are three major ways that the knowledge of God implicates us, and that's one of the reasons why we should always pursue knowledge. Number one, can we just write? Number one, the knowledge of God furnish faith in us. What did I say? Furnish faith in us. Faith is assured confidence, an assurance that something is. And you see, faith is not built on assumption. Faith is not built on just mere proposition. Faith is built on knowledge that is true, something that is real. Do you know that you have faith sitting down on your chair without having any fear? Do you know the reason why? Because you know that that chair will not fall. But the day you came and you saw that the two legs is gone, will you sit on it? Because you know that this chair is not what? Trustworthy. So you don't have faith in the things you know what? You don't know. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 5 and 6. Can you just read verse 6 because of our time? Without faith, it is impossible to what? You cannot please God without faith. And you see, faith comes by knowledge of God. Amen. Continue. Number one, you cannot even come to God if you don't have that knowing that He is in existence, that there is a God. There is no how you can even come to God. Continue. And again, apart from His existence, there is something else you need to know about God. That He is a what? A rewarder. And that rewarder could not is what? His attributes. Apart from His existence, is a God that has a lot of attributes. And that is what furnishes faith in us. That we trust Him, not because of how we feel, how we think, but because of what we know about Him. That is true. Amen? Amen. So if you see that your faith in God is small, it's because of what? Your knowledge of God is what? There are two elements of faith. Number one is belief, and number two is what? Knowledge. So if you see that my faith is small, it's because of your knowledge of God is small. The more you know God, the more your faith will be so strong. And the Bible says that without faith you cannot please Him. So the more you know God, the more your faith is strong, and the more you live pleasing in the sight of God, because you are walking by the consciousness of someone you truly know. You understand what I'm saying? It's impossible to please somebody you don't know. If you don't know my taste, you don't know my best food, and I say you should prepare for food for me, there is no how you will prepare something to please me. The best you can do is to guess, try and error, and sometimes it might please, and many times it might please me once, and it please me 100 times. Amen? Why? Because what? You don't what? Know. Amen? So if our faith will be strong, our faith needs to be built on the what? Knowledge of God. Another thing that the knowledge of God implicates us, it implicates our worship. Our worship. Our what? Number one, we say faith, right? And number two, worship. The truth is that if you don't fully have the exact, accurate knowledge of God, you don't know God for who He is, anything you are paying to worship without knowing what it really is, you will worship another thing that thing is not. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you don't know God the way God is, and you attempt to worship Him, there is high tendency that your worship will not be a true worship. A true worship is a worship that springs out of knowledge. You will not know how much adoration I'm supposed to give to this person if you don't know how much this person wants and how much this person is. Amen? John chapter 4. John chapter 4. Around verse 20 down to 24. I just want you to look at it.
Our fathers worship in this mountain.
Alright.
And you say that in Jerusalem is a place where men ought to worship.
Alright, so in this place, Jesus Christ was speaking to the woman of Samaria, and they are actually discussing. And the woman said, okay, in terms of location, we will worship God on the mountain. Okay, continue.
Jesus said unto her,
Alright.
Woman, believe me,
Alright.
the hour cometh, when ye shall neither in this mountain,
Okay.
nor yet at Jerusalem,
Alright.
worship the Father.
Okay.
Ye worship ye know not what.
Ye worship
Ye know not what.
whom ye know not. The person you are worshiping the person that you don't know. So that worship cannot be a what? A true worship. Because of what? Amen? Can you continue?
We know what we worship,
We know what we worship.
For salvation is of this.
Alright?
But the hour cometh.
The hour cometh.
And now is.
And now
when
is.
the true worshippers
When
shall
the true
worship the
worshiper
Father
shall worship the Father.
in
In what?
spirit and in truth.
In spirit and in what?
In truth.
Thank you very much. You see, many times we use this text for music concerts. But let me tell you something. Worship doesn't have anything to do with singing. What did I say? Doesn't have anything to do with singing. And when Jesus Christ was talking about the true worshiper here, he was not talking about those that know how to sing different kind of scale. They can work pentatonic scale, chromatic scale, sound scale, this again, harmonic minor scale.